always suggest that that man is my opposition, he's my enemy.
Yes.
No, let us, inshallah, let us progress and work together as an ummah.
Inshallah. And in regards to the last final conclusion of the program, inshallah, I wanted you to speak about the Islamic media. Like how you've already spoken a little bit, just a few aspects of it, and how can it be utilized in the good way? Because some people, of course, they say that or media, it is said that it can be used in a bad way, as in a way that can create negativity and things like that.
Yes, I think anything for that matter. If you take a knife, you can use it to stab someone, or you could use it to cut a fruit. Money can be used, positively, and it can be used negatively as well. So likewise, I think when it comes to the media, this is something that certain individuals, certain ulama who are very cautious with regards to this. They felt that perhaps, this will, the nuraniyats, the anwarats, of sitting in a masjid, sitting together, this is not found. But Molana, I know personally, like in South Africa, there were many people that used to listen to music, who used to listen to other radio stations. And once these Islamic Muslim radio stations started, they switched over. Instead of listening to music, they're listening to anashid, they're listening to nazams and nats. They used to listen to the Western news, what's happening in this part of the world, Western news, which really does not concern us as such. Maybe to a certain extent, yes. But what's happening in the Muslim world? So alhamdulillah, they're once again, these Islamic radio stations, they're playing a vital role in taking the deen of Allah. This is a madrasa. Some of us, have been to madrasa maybe 30, 40, 50 years ago. And, we find it very difficult now at this stage of our lives to go and sit by a Molana or sit by an Appa or a Sheikh and learn the basics. So, this is an avenue by virtue of which we can start once again, learning the basics that perhaps we have lost along the way. So, it's a wonderful medium, it's a wonderful avenue that Allah has given us, that inshallah we should try and utilize it positively, inshallah, constructively, so that we could benefit ourselves and we could benefit the ummah. So this is like Radio Munadi al-Islam is, one of those platforms by virtue of which I'm sure, people are benefiting quite immensely from yourself, Molana, and the scholars that come onto the radio.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah. And the only thing we don't have in the UK, as in based Leicester, there are different cities that probably have the FM licenses, but I've been trying a lot, as in myself and others, to try to get FM license. But it's very, very difficult because FM license is very limited, and especially for Leicester, there's too many radio stations which is going on, so they don't usually allow us to go on the FM platform. Otherwise, it would have been very, very nice, and the listeners would have been more as well. But
yes. In South Africa, there is Radio Islam, Channel Islam. They're on satellite.
On satellite.
Yes. There is a radio station from the city where I come, Radio Al Ansar.
Sure.
They on FM, but they've got a radius of about 40 or 50 kilometers. That they broadcast from. And alhamdulillah, we find that there are many people that listen to Radio Al Ansar who come from the middle to lower income bracket. So it's a wonderful opportunity for them to enhance their knowledge, to keep some ta'alluq. And for many of us, for many people, the only ta'alluq they have with the masajid, with the ulama, is on a Friday. And that too, some people walk in last and they walk out first. So what messages are we taking? How, to what extent are we improving our dini ta'aleem, our ilm? So these radio stations, mashallah, are avenues by virtue of which we could insulate our iman, we could protect our iman, and inshallah we could enhance our knowledge Islamically, inshallah. Yeah.
Inshallah. And what support message can you give to the listeners, as in the terms of financially helping the radio station? Because you've come from that city or the country where there's too many radio stations, and alhamdulillah they're getting the financial help as well from the public and from the organizations.
Yes, so respected listeners of Radio Munadi al-Islam, I think for any institution, any business or madrasa or radio station to function, there has to be that financial injection that has to be put in. And this cannot be done by one individual. Molana Huzaifa, alhamdulillah, is trying his level best, to take this deen and present it to you, but he needs that support. So our message to you is give him that financial support, to the best of our ability, contribute. I recall Molana, Radio Al Ansar in South Africa, when they started some years ago, they had an initiative that people contribute on a monthly basis. Some small, which is perhaps, we go to a restaurant today, you spend maybe £30 or £40 or £10 for that matter, and we think nothing of it. And we do this quite regularly back home in South Africa. It's the same. You go to a restaurant, you spend a few hundred rands. That's the currency that we use back home. And people think nothing of it. So perhaps let us make this intention that, I will take a certain amount, I will donate it on a monthly basis to Radio Munadi ul Islam. Who knows? I contributed to this radio station. One person benefits, one person gets hidayat, one person gets closer to Allah. Inshallah, this will stand positively for me on that day when I need it the most. So my message to the listeners of Radio Munadi ul Islam is that contribute towards this radio station, ideally on a monthly basis. Let us contribute, to keep the radio going, inshallah, and to take it to the next level. I think that's the whole idea, to get more people involved in terms of listeners and to take this radio station, from one step to another, inshallah.
Inshallah. Jazakallah, Molana, for being with us, and alhamdulillah, we're very fortunate to have you today, and inshallah likewise I hope we can invite you as well for another tour for the UK, because this is very limited time that you've come with, and inshallah we could have more time to spend with you, inshallah.
Yes, absolutely. It's been it's my privilege, Molana, it's my honor, I had this intention that when I visit the UK, we will come and visit Radio Munadi ul Islam. So we made it a point of coming to Leicester. And, thank Molana Khalil for bringing me here, to the radio station, mashallah. Jazakallah khairan, to yourself and all those who are involved in Radio Munadi ul Islam. Allah Ta'ala, our du'as are with you, inshallah. We request the listeners that make dua for this radio station, contribute financially to this radio station, inshallah, and let it grow from strength to strength. Jazakallah khairan, Molana, for this opportunity. I am truly humbled, and, it's been an absolute honor. And it's been an absolute pleasure for me personally, to spend time, with the listeners of Radio Munadi ul Islam.
Jazakallah, Molana, and I would like to say, inshallah, please do pay another visit to us as well. And inshallah, when we come to Durban as well, then inshallah, by all means, we will.
Yes, our doors are open to you, Molana, and to all the listeners of Radio Munadi ul Islam. When you visit South Africa, please come and pay us a visit. MashaAllah, and if Allah grants us life again, in nahnu aishna, fahuwa yajma'u baynana. If Allah grants us life, inshallah, Allah will reunite us. However, inshallah, before our next meeting, if the angel of death, وَإِنْ نَحْنُ مُتْنَا فَالْقِيَامَةُ تُجْمَعُ, if before our next meeting the angel of death knocks our doors, then inshallah the plains of Hashar will reunite us. But my message to you is very, very simple, respected listeners. Like they say in English, aspire to inspire before you expire. So leave behind a positive legacy, inshallah, so that when we stand up before our Creator, we can say, oh Allah, this is what I have done for your beautiful deen. Barakallahu feekum, Molana, jazakallahu khairan. To our respected Molana Khalil Patel, Molana Azhar, and Molana, to yourself, for hosting me on Radio Munadi ul Islam. Jazakallahu khairan.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi
wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I think Molana Khalil wants to, inshallah, come and say a few words before he leaves, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's always good to be on Facebook Live with how many viewers? 2 million, 4 million viewers. Alhamdulillah, I'm very privileged to have Molana Muhammad Vanker Sahab, mashallah, who came with me, who came here to the UK, gave us 2 days of his valuable time, alhamdulillah. And then from that 2 days, Sheikh was nicked 1 hour of that Mubarak time. So jazakallah khair to you, Molana. And I hope inshallah listeners benefit. I was listening in the other room and listening to Molana's talk. I found it very, very inspirational, very, very beneficial, mashallah. That'll give Molana more barakah in his knowledge, his health, his wealth, inshallah. And this is just the first of many, many trips of Molana to come in the UK, inshallah.
There'll be more trips to come, inshallah.
And hold on. Trips he's going to spend with me, not at the radio station. Let me just clarify that, right? So listeners of Radio Munadi Islam, he's coming to Leicester, but not on Radio Munadi Islam. Unless there's Dar Chawal here on this Dastar Khan, then only terms and conditions apply. Check was if you're live on radio. What do you want to say to that?
My invitation is always open, and
No, my terms and conditions. But answer my question.
I'll accept any terms and conditions. I don't. That's all accepted from me, inshallah.
Jazakallah khair. No, on a serious note, Jazakallah khair for giving us an opportunity. Allah reward you. And
Ameen.
Maulana, all the advice Maulana gave you regarding the radio station, inshallah. Hope you go from strength to strength to strength, inshallah. I know it's been a struggle. It's been a long road for you, but you've done brilliant, and inshallah, I hope you take it to another level, inshallah.
Ameen,
People can
inshallah.
benefit in the millions, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Jazakallah khair, Hazrat. Would you like to join us for lunch? I'm inviting you live on radio.
Inshallah, I don't mind. I'm always ready.
I think you should do work on the radio station. You do your work here. We'll have the food and we'll send you the images later, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi
wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
You do your work here. We'll have the food and we'll send you the images later, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi
wa barakatuh. I don't mind. I'm always ready.
I think you should do work on the radio station. You do your work here. We'll have the food and we'll send you the images later, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi
wa barakatuh. I don't mind. I'm always ready.
I think you should do work on the radio station. You do your work here. We'll have the